the world is full of Christmassy traditions. So let's go on a Christmassy adventure. Hello and welcome to Capricious Conversations. Thank you for joining me today. Just a reminder, everybody out there, that I will be adding one piece of decoration to the set every episode until the end of Hanukkah, which is New Year's Eve. It might be a Christmas decoration, it might be a Hanukkah decoration. You're gonna have to keep your eyes peeled so that you can figure out which one it is. Now, you will have to make your list, check it twice, and then on that last episode after Hanukkah, you will be able to put in all of the differences that you spotted, and if you get them all, you will be entered to win a piece of amazing Christmas merch. So keep your eyes peeled. Christmas is celebrated throughout the world, and as beautiful and diverse as the world is, so are its Christmas celebrations. And so today we are going to delve into a few of them throughout the world. Obviously this is not a very long show, so we don't have time to go into very many, but we are going to try and get a sampling of the world's Christmas traditions. Alright, number one, we are going to start with Russia. In the Soviet Union, obviously religion was pretty frowned upon, and so actually not very many people celebrated Christmas in Russia under that regime. And however, since that regime has fallen, more people celebrate it now. The interesting thing about Christmas celebrations in Russia is that the Russian Orthodox Church still follows the Julian calendar. Now they do celebrate Advent, which is a fixed time. It's November 28th to January 6th, which is 40 days, culminating in the Epiphany. Interestingly enough, a lot of other people celebrate the Epiphany, but it's not, they celebrate Christmas on December 25th. So they celebrate Christmas on January 7th, which is pretty interesting. A lot of people fast on Christmas Eve, so they don't actually eat anything until the first star has appeared in the sky. And then they eat some yummy, delicious things. Obviously they eat borscht. It's a pretty popular dish in Russia. But they also eat sochivo, I think, and kutia, which is a porridge with some fruit and some grains. It's really delicious. It's kind of like muesli if you've ever been to New Zealand. Really delicious stuff. And there's sometimes they like top it off with the fruits and jellies. Like if you have a really good oatmeal, and you got to top it off with something because you're gonna need a little bit of sweetness. Jam and jelly is just perfect, especially European jam and jelly. I don't know why, but European jam and jelly is way better than American jam and jelly, for real. Kutia is sometimes eaten out of one common bowl, and this is a fun tradition which I think we should all bring out, okay? They throw a spoonful of the sochivo up to the ceiling, and if it sticks, you'll have good luck and a good harvest. So kids, I'm just giving you the options. So at Christmas dinner, you may not have sochivo, but you might have mashed potatoes. So, just then tell your mom it's for good luck. Don't actually do that. It's a bad idea. All right. Changing locales and continents, we're gonna go to the Democratic Republic of the Congo, which is smack dab, well, it's not right exactly in the middle, it's almost in the middle of Africa. Actually, the Central African Republic is right in the middle of Africa, but the Democratic Republic of the Congo is really close. It used to be called Zaire. The Congo is not a very wealthy nation, so Christmas celebrations in the Congo tend to be way more religious than commercial. And sometimes people don't even get presents, which actually, I think America could use a little bit of that. Less commercialism and more just remembering what the season is all about. Christmas Eve is super duper important. In fact, Christmas Eve is like what the whole festival shindig hinges on. Okay, so Christmas Eve, they do a play, right? A nativity play. But this nativity play does not just start with the Annunciation. Oh no, friends. This nativity play starts with creation, and then it ends with the slaughter of the innocents. It begins in the afternoon or in the evening, right at the beginning of the evening, with creation in the Garden of Eden, and they time it perfectly so that the birth of Jesus happens right at midnight. And then usually the play finishes up about 1 a.m. However, people are enjoying themselves, and so there is sometimes caroling that goes on until dawn the next day. What a fun way to celebrate Christmas Eve! How awesome is that? On Christmas Day, a lot of people actually spend sleeping. You know, because they spend so much awesomeness on Christmas Eve that they gotta take a little rest. On Christmas Day, people try and eat more fancy fare, shall we say, than usual. If they can afford it, this is one of the few times out of the year that they'll actually have meat. It is that big of a holiday for them. And just let that sink in, okay? Their very special meal to celebrate Christmas is to eat a little bit of meat. Oh, the things we take for granted. Usually they eat chicken or pork, and then the rest day, it's just spent kind of chilling. Why not, right? In Lingala, Merry Christmas is Mbotama Malamu. Mbotama Malamu. That is really cool. And that's how to say Merry Christmas in Lingala, which is one of the main languages spoken in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. There's several, obviously, with like Africa and India and, you know, different places that have kind of that tribal structure. Even in America and things like that, you will have vast array of dialects, which is so beautiful and wonderful. But Lingala is the main language spoken there. All right, we're gonna jump east from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, a little bit north. We are going to India. Now in India, it's really interesting because Christians are definitely the minority. So people who are celebrating Christmas, it's only about 2.3% of the population of India. A lot of the Christians are kind of congregated in Mumbai, what used to be Bombay. But there's also, you know, groups in Goa and a lot of places on the coast. In India, Midnight Mass is like the celebration. They go to, for a lot of Christians, not just the Catholics, but a lot of Christians in India observe Midnight Mass on Christmas Eve and Christmas morning. And then after Midnight Mass, they go and they have this amazing Christmas feast, mostly consisting of wonderful curries. Would love to be at that celebration. Dude, Indian food is so good. So good. I think, honestly, if there was like one food that I had to eat for the rest of my life, it would probably be Indian food, because that stuff is good. Like a nice spicy butter chicken. Yummy. And then they give and receive presents. The churches are decorated with poinsettias mostly, and you know, some flowers and candles for the Christmas Eve service. So everything is just so beautiful. I would love to go and see it. Here's the thing, I need to go and see Christmas in just about every country. That's just the thing that needs to happen. Obviously, like I said, there's like over 200 languages spoken in India. So we're not gonna get to all of them. In fact, we're only going to get to one because I only speak one. I speak Hindi. So, in Hindi, Merry Christmas is Shubh Christmas. Happy Christmas. Alright, we are going to fly across the globe. I mean, you can think of it as east or west. We are going to Argentina, friends. Argentina, it is obviously very warm in Argentina during Christmas time, and so everybody, you know, gets out in their finest. Houses are usually decorated like to the nines. They put up wreaths, they put up lights, red, green, and white, obviously Christmas colors, but they decorate houses with these colors of flowers and things like this. Christmas trees are usually decorated by December 8th, which is when they celebrate in Argentina the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, or when Jesus was conceived. Some people put cotton balls on their trees to represent snow. And in Argentina, obviously, since it's a, you know, subtropical climate, not just fir trees are used as Christmas trees. I mean, anything could be a Christmas tree. Fun fact, I lived in Florida for a little while, and our Christmas tree one year was legitimately a palm tree. It was awesome. Think outside the box, people. Again, The main meal for Christmas is served on Christmas Eve, and it's eaten very, very late. It's usually like a garden party or a barbecue. They eat a lot of roast meat, like chicken and pork, and then they have stuffed tomatoes and bread pudding. At midnight, this is pretty awesome. At midnight, they set off fireworks. Everybody goes out, sets off fireworks to toast the start of Christmas Day, which is their crowning celebration for Christmas. Some people like to go to the midnight services, but a lot of people just like to set off their fireworks and celebrate with their family and open presents under the tree. Interestingly enough, the main language spoken in Argentina is Spanish, so Merry Christmas is Feliz Navidad. Alright, and last but certainly not least, my favorite country. We couldn't do this without that country. I couldn't talk about Christmases around the world without talking about Poland. Poland, Christmas is a big deal in Poland. Like a big deal. Poland is predominantly Catholic, so there's a lot of Catholic traditions that happen in Poland. And in in schools and the preschools, children will take part in the Jasełka, which is the nativity play. And this is like super popular. Everybody wants to be a part of the nativity play. Sometimes they're set in modern times, so that would be pretty interesting to see. So in Poland, Christmas Eve is known as Wigilia, and that's kind of their main celebration as well. And so Christmas Eve supper is the biggest meal. Like they do in Russia, they do not start eating until the first star appears in the sky. They set their table very interestingly. So they set their table with 12 places, no matter who's coming to Christmas dinner. There's 12 places, and it's supposed to symbolize prosperity for the next 12 months. Traditionally, the supper is meat-free, with the exception of cod. Cod, they do eat cod on Christmas Eve. But they do that to remember the animals who carried Mary on her way, and then the animals that were in the stable of Jesus when he was born. One of the most important dishes in the Polish Christmas Eve celebration is borscht, which is beetroot soup. Beetroots are so good. So good. And actually, I am totally of the mind that we do not eat enough of them in America. We need to bring that back, man. But beetroot soup, you have to have it. And then you can have uszka, which is little dumplings, and krokietti, which is pancakes. And usually you put like a mushroom sauce over it. So yummy. At the beginning of Christmas Eve meal, a large wafer biscuit called an oplatek, which has a picture of Mary and Joseph on it, is passed around, and everybody takes a little piece off to just kind of really solidify and remember the reason for the season. And then the feasting begins. Now here's the awesome thing about Poland and about this festival. Anybody who knocks on the door, unexpectedly or expected, is welcome to Christmas supper. And that is because Poles believe that no one should be alone on Christmas. So if you come to the house, you're likely going to have a spot at Christmas supper, and everybody's going to be welcoming, and that is what community is all about, y'all. It's pretty awesome. Presents in most parts of Poland are brought by Święty Mikołaj, which is St. Nicholas, but in other parts they're brought by this guy called Gwiazdor, who is the Starman. Now here's the thing. Starman, not always good, no. If someone was bad, he'll give them a rózga, which is a birch rod that can be used to beat the bad person. Merry Christmas! Oh, and by the way, how to say Merry Christmas in Polish is Wesołych Świąt. So there you go. There's just a little sampling of Christmas traditions from around the world. If you have some traditions in your family that are from other countries, or if you know of some, please comment down below. I would love to hear them. I want to get familiar with as many as I can. It's pretty awesome. Remember to keep track of the changes on the set. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and thank you for sharing this video with all your friends. Let's go on an adventure.